yeah. Hello my shutty baes, hello my besties. I have read 200 books this year and these are my 15 favorites. That's right, I narrowed down from 200 books to only 15 favorites. Who's proud of me? Good, good. I'm guessing you at home, I already know what you're doing. You're like, yeah, Larry, good job. We're so proud. You're amazing. I just know that's what you're doing. And if it's not, then I'm disappointed. Anyway, before I start this video, I feel like I have to say this. I say this often, but I need to remind you, don't compare how many books you're reading to how many books someone else is reading, okay? If you read 5 books this year, 10 books, 200 books, all of those are so valid. It doesn't matter the amount, but how connected you felt to the books, how much you loved the books, how good of a time you had. That's what's important. You know, we're all readers, and it doesn't matter if some of us have like 500 books we read this year, or own 500 paperbacks, or some of us read only on our Kindles, or some of us like audiobooks and some don't. It's just different styles of readers. But at the end of the day, we are all readers, and all of that is so valid. It's okay to feel a little down. I feel like that happens a lot, especially at the end of the year, that we're like, oh, how come I didn't read that many books? It's okay. It's okay. The number does not matter, and it does not define who you are as a reader. We are still all readers. You could have read 1 book and you were still a reader. Just feel like I had to remind you of that. I always say that, but it's very important, especially at the end of the year, because you're going to start to see wrap-ups and everyone talking about how many books they read. But remember that this is a lot of people's jobs, so they're reading 24/7. But also on the other side of that, if someone reads 300 books, that does not necessarily mean that they don't have a family or kids or something to do with their lives. Don't be that person that goes to the comment section and is like, do you even have a job? Do you even have family? How are you reading so much? Like, fuck off. Who cares? Read whatever you want. Read the amount you want. Do your thing. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about my 5 favorite, that's not true. I'm going to be talking about my 15 favorite books. I got a new camera, and so I keep looking this way because instead of it being up how it usually is for me, it's to this side and it's fucking with me. So if you see me looking that way, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. I'm just looking at how pretty I look in the reflection, you know? Anyway, where do I even start? I don't even fucking know. None of these are in order of like favorite to least favorite, like nothing. All of these books are just my favorite this year. Oh, also, I'm not including any rereads. These are all books I read for the very first time this year. Redeeming 6 and Saving 6. I must start with these. I must start with these. Oh my god, looking at how huge they are, excuse the fuck out of me. Anyway, Boys of Tommen. We all know this is one of my favorite series of all time. It's injected in my bloodstreams. I read Binding and Keeping last year, and then Redeeming and Saving came out this year, and I binged the hell out of it. It follows Aoife and Joey. It's dual POV, and oh my god, be prepared if you're gonna read these books. They take your heart out and then they throw it on the sidewalk and run it over with a semi-truck. But then they pick you up and they stitch you back together and put some tape on you, and you're like, wow, I feel okay all of a sudden. That wasn't a good example, but you know what I mean, right? Like, these books are gut-wrenching, not gut-wrenching, heart-wrenching? Heart-wrenching, but also heartwarming. Aw, cute. Search your pre-trigger warnings for these. They are very heavy reads, but the best. The found family in these books is incredible. I highly, highly recommend you read the entire series. So it's Binding 13, then Keeping 13, and then you have Redeeming 6. No, you have Saving 6 and then Redeeming 6. You can't read one of these without the other. Like, you can read Binding and Keeping and then not read these if you want to, because it's about different characters, but these follow the same ones. So you have to read it in order. Same with Binding and Keeping, it follows the same ones. So, Boys of Tommen. I feel like I talk about this so fucking much. I adore them with my entire soul. If there's one thing I could recommend you, it would be Boys of Tommen and Addicted Calloway. Those are technically 2 things, but that would be my recommendation till the day I die. So go read these, please. Of course, those had to be first. Like, that's so predictable of me. Of course I put them first. Anyway, we're about to go into something completely different than that. You're about to get whiplash. Are you ready? The Cat and Mouset. The Cat and Mouset by H.D. Carlton. Listen. These are some of the darkest books you'll ever read. Please search up your trigger warnings and take it very, very seriously. Don't be one of those people that's like, oh, I don't care about the trigger warnings, because that's me. And I was shook to my core reading these. Like, I was like, oh, it's no big deal. I'm so strong. I can go through anything. Catch me sobbing in a reading vlog for these. I vlogged them, so if you want to go watch it, you can. It's here in this channel somewhere. I don't know how to explain what this duet did to me. When I first read it, I feel like I was a little bit scared to say that I liked it, because this duet gets a lot of hate, and I understand, and I was a little terrified to be like, oh my god, I really enjoyed it. So I said it was entertaining, because it was. But as time went on, I just couldn't stop thinking about it, and I had to speak my truth. I had to speak my truth, and my truth is that I love this duet. I love Haunting and Hunting Adeline. You have to read one to be able to read the other. It's a duet. Like, literally this one ends in a cliffhanger and you go right into the next one. So please do not just pick up the second one. My grandma did that. I literally said a million times to my grandma that you start here, and she just picked up this one. Excuse me? Like, come on now, Vava. How do I even explain what this is about? Essentially, it is a stalker romance. He stalks her and they fall in love. Cute. Like I said, search for trigger warnings. Zaid Meadows will forever be one of my top dark romance book boyfriends of all time. I'm sorry, I said what I said. Moving on, but I rated both of these 5 stars. When I first read it, I definitely rated it like 3 and then 4 stars. But the more I thought about it and then I reread it this same year, they're 5 stars. I just can't stop thinking about him. I might reread him next year. Highly recommend Cat and Mouset duet, but very, very dark. Search for trigger warnings. Not for everyone. Rated N. Not for everyone. Okay, that like wasn't funny. Sticking to kind of the same vibe, I have 2 more dark romances here. No one's surprised. Not a single person is surprised. Legacy of Gods by Rena Kent. I discovered Rena Kent this year. I haven't looked back since. She became one of my favorite authors immediately. Immediately. Like, she is a goddess to me. I don't even know what she puts in these books. It has to be crack, and can I have some? Because wow, they're just amazing. Okay, these are 2 of my favorites from Legacy of Gods. I love the entire series. God of Wrath would be the next one, but since I only had 15 favorites, I had to narrow it down. God of Malice follows Killian and Glyndon. It's dual POV. And then God of Fury, it follows Nico and Bran, also dual POV. These are all interconnected standalones, so you can read just one, and you can read them out of order. A lot of people tell you to go into the Rena Kent universe in order, and although I would definitely agree that it helps, like, I read one of the books from Royal Elite, which is like their parents, and it makes it fun to be able to see the parents like POV and to be able to see how they raise them. It does help a lot, but you don't need to. I straight up, like, this was the first book, the second book. This was the second book by Rena Kent that I read. I went straight into the Legacy of Gods, so you can do that and then go back later if you want to. Do whatever your heart desires, because it's a lot of books, so I understand if you don't want to go through all of them. Wow, okay, bully romance, kind of. I don't even really know what to tell you this is about. I don't even really know. Just go into it. In the first 2 chapters, they're gonna scare you. They're gonna scare you. Push through. Killing Carson is another one of my favorite dark romance book boyfriends. Like, he feels like Zaid's kid. Like, he feels like if Zaid Meadows had a kid, it would be Killian Carson. Fucking love. Literally one of my favorite books of all time. And God of Fury, I haven't even gotten to talk about this book on here yet because I just finished it last night. This is one of the best books ever written. It's it's boy obsessed. It's like Grumpy Sunshine, but in the most interesting, unique way I've ever seen. Oh my god, it has such amazing topics. It has depression in one of the best ways I've ever seen someone write it. Like, it's right up there with Saint by Sierra Simone. I'm gonna be getting a tattoo for this book. Stay tuned. Literally in January. I already made an appointment. Yes. Oh my god, I love it so much. I love it so much. This book is everything to me. Like, Nico and Bran, I've been waiting for them for so long and they did not disappoint. If I could rate this book 10 stars, I would. Rena Kent knows what the fuck she's doing. This is her first romance and she fucking devoured, ate, left no crumbs behind. This book was funny. This book was spicy. This book was deep. It had every single thing. Please read God of Fury. Please, 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 please. I beg. I don't ask for much. Go fucking read it. I read it 3 times within the past literally couple days. Like, I finished it last night for the 3rd time. For the 3rd time. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But we're gonna move on. We're not gonna judge me. We're a non-judgmental account, okay? None of us judge each other. That's the point of us. You know, the Shoddy Bays, we're welcoming. We don't judge each other. So shh. I don't wanna hear it. Should I continue with the dark romances or should I just like throw you for a loop and pick something completely different? I'm gonna throw you for a loop because I like to keep you on your toes. You know, The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. This is literally the opposite of the ones I just talked about. This is a hockey romance. Both of them are hockey players. It's also dual POV, follows Gigi and Ryder. And if you have been here for a while, okay, my first video on this account. Aww, a little fan art. Can you even see that? I don't even know, but how cute. Sorry, that fell from inside the book. Got a little distracted there. What was I saying? Oh, if you've been here for a while, my first video, The Deal, is me reading The Deal. Yeah, and it's their parents. Well, her parents. It's Gigi's parents, Garrett and Hannah. So you don't need to read that to be able to read this. You really, really don't. But I highly recommend because The Deal is one of the best books ever. And it's Gigi's parents. But again, you don't need to. If you want to just go into this, you can. Anyway, Gigi is a hockey player and so is Ryder. And they basically strike up a little deal. Why have I been saying the word deal so many times? I promise I've never said that word that much. Anyway, they strike up a little... what's another word for deal? Agreement? Bet? I don't like the word bet. Agreement. They struck up a little agreement, okay? They're gonna help each other. Gigi is going to talk up Ryder to her dad so that he can be in this summer program he wants to be in. Her dad's Gary Graham. Her dad? Gary Graham. Yeah. And then what's Ryder gonna help her with? Oh, Ryder's gonna help her with some things in hockey that she doesn't quite get yet. So we have a little arrangement. It's so funny, so funny, so nostalgic. I feel like if you read Off Campus and you loved it, you'll really, really love this. I know the Legacy scared us all, okay? Because we loved Off Campus, we loved Briar U, and then when you read the Legacy, don't read the Legacy, actually. That's the moral of this. Don't read it. But you were like, what the fuck is this? Elle Kennedy, what did you write? But this, it feels like the OG Off-Campus vibes. So I would highly recommend. I adored it with my entire heart and soul. Get this book tattooed on my brain cells. I feel like I'm a little dramatic. Maybe I should relax. Like every time I speak, when I listen back to what I'm saying, I'm like, you are literally the most dramatic person to ever live. But I'm gonna blame my mom for that because she birthed me. So everything that is wrong with me is her fault. Going into another cutesy fluffy book, we have Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. I love this series. It's the Knock 'em Out series by her. All interconnected standalones. You don't have to read one to read the other. All dual POV. The first one, Things We Never Said. Why am I like going things we never got over? Why did I say Things We Never Said? Things We Never Got Over, the first one. I love that one. But then I hate the second one, which is Things We Hide from the Light. So I didn't know what to expect from this one. However, it ate. Oh my God, was it good? It was so good. It follows Lucian and Sloane. Like I said, dual POV, they've known each other since they were kids and they were like childhood friends, but then to enemies to lovers. It's also friends with benefits or like enemies with benefits. The spice was amazing. The slow burn was amazing. It's a small town. It's found family. It had everything I wanted it to have and more. I really, really, really love this book. It was the perfect ending to the series. And when you expect a book so much, I feel like it tends to disappoint you. Things We Left Behind cannot relate. It cannot relate. This book is amazing. Search up your trigger warnings for this one too, I believe. Next we have The Right Move by Liz Tomford. Oh my God, this cover is so beautiful. Oh, I just love her. I just love her. Anyway, this follows Indy and Ryan, dual POV. It's also part of a series. I feel like every book now is part of a series. Can we talk about that for a second? Like every single book is part of an interconnected series. You can't pick up one without picking up the other. Except with this case, you can. You don't have to read Mile High to read The Right Move, but I would recommend because I love Mile High. But it follows Ryan and Indy, like I said, dual POV. It's best friend's brother? Brothers? Huh? Hold on. It's best friend's brother. Okay, so this one's best friend's brother. I'm glad we got that out of the way. It's also roommates, grumpy sunshine, fake dating. It has everything. This is the perfect example of silent love. Not silent love, but like quiet love. There you go. It's the perfect example of quiet love, like a love that doesn't have to be so loud and it doesn't have to be extravagant, but it's in the little things. I think this is the perfect example of that, which is my favorite kind of love. I think that it's because it's what Giant and I have, so I saw a lot of us in this book, which is probably why I loved it so much, but I felt so connected to Indy. She is a bookish girly. She's such a romantic. You're all gonna see yourselves in her. Also, she's the perfect, like, you know how we hate I'm not like other girls? At least I do. Whenever someone says I'm not like other girls, it irks me because why don't you want to be like us? We're amazing. I love it when women just exist, okay? Indy's literally the opposite of that. She says, I'm exactly like every other girl, and I love that. And Ryan, wow, Ryan Shea, he does the damn thing. Yes, please read The Right Move. I think this is a very, very well-loved book. Like, I think everyone can find something they like in this book. At least I believe that. Anyway, The Right Move, Liz Tomford. Wow, I think it's gonna start to snow, everyone. Wow. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it looks like the 4th of July. I know you guys were waiting for it because I'm annoying. I quote my favorite movies 24/7. So I don't know why I always quote Legally Blonde and She's the Man 24/7. And it's so annoying. Like, relax. What else do we have? Oh, y'all. We love. Look at this. Look how cute. It's Lake Wisteria. Look at this art. I love it when books include art. It's so fucking cute. Also, look at Lauren. To my BFF. Thank you for believing in me always. May your coffee order live on forever in this book. I just love my best friend so fucking much. And I'm so proud of her. And of course I have to include this here. It's a no fucking brainer here. Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I am going to say this. I think this is one of Lauren's best works. Redeemed probably is still my #1 book by her just because I love Redeemed so much. I don't think it can be topped. But Love Redesigned, she did the damn thing with this book. And I'm not just saying this because she's my best friend. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Larry, you were gonna say that regardless. No, I promise. I promise I will not lie to you ever. I want you to trust me. And part of us building this relationship is we're honest with each other. So if I don't like a book, even if I love the author so fucking much, I will tell you that I didn't like it, just because I want us to be honest with each other. I'll always be respectful because I don't believe in being disrespectful to authors. You know, they're just people like us. But I would tell you the truth. So with that being said, please read this book. It follows Julian and Dahlia. It's dual POV, and it's a new series that Lauren started, which is Lakefront Billionaires. If you read Final Offer, you saw the small town Lake Wisteria. That's where this is set. And Julian and Dahlia have known each other since they were kids, and they're like a little bit of rivals. So it's childhood rivals to lovers. And this book felt so mature. Like, it felt like a grown book, if that makes sense. It felt like the love was so mature, is the best way I can describe it. I think that... Wow. Sorry, I got really distracted. There's a butterfly outside my window and it looks so cute. A butterfly in the snow. Snow on the beach. Weird but fucking beautiful. Anyway, it follows Julian and Dahlia, like I said. Childhood rivals to lovers, but their family is really, really close. So they always have to see each other. That's why they are childhood rivals. And now they kind of have to work together. So a little bit of forced proximity. This book is amazing. This book is amazing. Like, wow. And there's gonna be more to this series as well. Stay tuned. You guys are gonna die dead. R.I.P. you. Rest in peace. Hashtag love redesigned. I love you, Lauren. I love this book so much. I love this cover. So Taylor Swift coded. Yes, yes, yes. I'm starting to get, like, my legs starting to fall asleep, y'all. Wake up. Anyway, back to the dark romances, shall we? Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. The first time I read it, it was in a 24-hour readathon. And so it was the last book I read. So I felt like I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have. And so I reread it. And when I reread it, 5 stars. 5 stars. I love this book so much. It's a demon romance. Basically, you have Leon and Ray. It's dual POV. This is part of the Souls trilogy. It's the first book in that trilogy. You can read them all separately, but I would recommend you go in order because there's an overall theme and plot to these books that you won't understand if you just start like in the third one. So I say you read them all. Anyway, demon romance. Leon is a demon and Ray is a college student who summons him, and now he wants her soul. This book is so romantic. You wouldn't expect it to be, but I swear it is. It is like, there's like a deep love between this demon and this mortal. There's a song that really reminds me of Ray and Leon, and I want you to go listen to it, but also I don't remember. Nothing's gonna hurt you, baby. That song? Listen to that song while reading Her Soul to Take. Highly recommend. Search up your trigger warnings. It's a dark romance, but it is fantastic. Harley LaRue, I think, is the perfect example of killing it with dark romances. Everything she does is incredible, and I've been going through her backlist. I think I'm actually done. Does she have any more books besides the ones I read? Because I read The Losers Do I Have to Dare, the Souls trilogy. I don't know if she has any more. She should work on that. Hello, I need more. But read Her Soul to Take. That's her best one, in my personal opinion, my humble opinion. You guys are gonna be very proud of me for this one. I think you guys are gonna be very happy. Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas. Kill Switch is everything to me. It follows Damon and Winter, and I vlogged this entire series if you want to go see it. Well, not the entire thing, not Corrupt and Hideaway, but it's fine. I vlogged Kill Switch and Nightfall. This is dual POV. It is childhood friends to enemies to lovers. I don't even know how to explain this book. I don't really even think I can. Sending him to prison was the worst thing I could have done. He wants his vengeance. Yeah, essentially he wants revenge for something she did, which, as you can see, is sending him to prison. But there's a lot that I don't want to tell you. Go into this book as blindly as you possibly can, which is what I did, and I regret nothing. I knew not much about this series going into it. Amazing. I would say Devil's Night is the kind of series that it is technically interconnected standalones, but if you don't read it in order, you won't appreciate the character growth as much. Like in Corrupt and Hideaway, Damon is the villain and you absolutely fucking hate him, and then this is his redemption arc. So I would recommend you go in order. Even though I don't like Corrupt and Hideaway, I still went through it just to get to this. It felt like a prequel to Kill Switch and Nightfall. It made me appreciate Corrupt and Hideaway so much more after I was fully done with the series. Devil's Night, everyone and their mothers and their cats and their squirrels have read this, so I don't even think I need to talk about it anymore, but I fucking love it. Search up trigger warnings. Damon Torrance. I was gonna say Damon Salvatore. Damon in general. Even though for me, it'll always be Klaus Michelson. Next, I've got The Emperor by Runix, a dark verse series. I also vlogged this one. I vlogged a lot of these books. I've done a lot of reading vlogs this year. Let me know if you've been enjoying them and if you want to see more, because I love doing reading vlogs, but I hope you love them too. Anyway, dark verse, I do think you should go in order with that one. I'm sorry, this is the third book in the series, but this follows a different couple. So like the Predator and the Reaper follows the same couple, and then the Emperor follows a different couple. Wow, this is Dante and Amara, and they are everything to me. They are childhood friends to strangers, but not really, to lovers. Childhood friends to lovers to strangers to lovers. It's a mess, it's amazing, it's everything and more. He's like the heir to the outfit, which is the mafia, and she is the housekeeper's daughter, so it's a little bit forbidden as well. It's trauma bonding. I could not fucking recommend this book more. It is in third person, which is so upsetting. But once you get through that in the first book, like the first book is a little bit hard to read because of the third person, but once you get past that, the rest you'll fly by because the series is so fucking good. The Emperor, Runix, 5 stars. Yes, highly, highly recommend. Search trigger warnings. I feel like I don't even need to tell you 5 stars. Every single one of these books has been 5 stars because obviously they're my favorites. Oh my god, yeah, every single one is 5 stars. Another series I vlogged, Twisted Emotions by Cora Riley. Wow, I read the entire Cora Riley universe, and if I could pick one book, just one book for you all to read, it would be this one. It follows Nino and Kiera, and it's dual POV, and he is in the mafia, and she's like family of another mafia, and for them to come together and have a truce, arranged marriage. I feel like that's always the go-to for mafia. It's an arranged marriage. Like when 2 mafia families don't get along, for them to be able to come together, it's always arranged marriage immediately. So that's the case with this, but this was so different to me than any other mafia romances because it was so soft. Like Nino is not this mafia mean guy like he is to everyone else, but he's so soft for her, which is exactly what I wanted. Kiera is amazing. Their story's fantastic. I have 0 fucking complaints about this book. Twisted Emotions. It will tug on your emotions, yeah. Next, I've got The Tragedy of Felix and Jake by J. Daniels. I got my hands on this cover because you guys sent it to me. Thank you so fucking much for that, because I've been looking for this cover everywhere and I couldn't find it. I had the other one and you sent me this, and I love you. Anyway, it follows Felix and Jake. Yeah, right there in the title. And both of them are addicts, so it's very sad but also funny. Yeah, like both of them are addicts and one of them is sponsored to the other one, so it's forbidden. It's trauma, it's it's funny, sad, beautiful, emotional. It does this thing where you'll be giggling in one line and then you'll be crying in the next one, which is everything I want and more in a book. Let's feel all the emotions. I'm a Cancer. I want to feel at all times. The Tragedy of Felix and Jake will do that to you. I feel like this book is so underrated. It needs to be talked about more. So please, please do yourself a favor and read it. And lastly, but certainly not least, my besties, I've got For the Fans by Nyla K. For the Fans. The title is right there, correct. It's for the fans, I'm the fan. It's me, I'm the fan. This book follows Kieran and Avi, and it's dual POV, it's it's college, it's stepbrothers. Okay, listen, I know what you're thinking. Larry, what the fuck are you doing? That scared the shit out of me. I forgot that Beefster's food comes at exactly 12. And it's my voice. It always scares me. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, it's Step Brothers. Okay, I know what you're thinking, Larry. Why are you reading Step Brother books? I know. But listen, they became Step Brothers in college, like right before college. They were like in high school, about to go to college when they became Step Brothers. So they didn't grow up together. So I think that that's why it was okay to me, because I usually wouldn't love to read Step Brother, stepsister romance, any of that. Any step, I wouldn't love to read it. But because they didn't know each other their whole lives, I felt like it was okay. Wow, this book is amazing. This book is one of the spiciest books I've ever read. You would be surprised, okay? Because I went into this thinking like, oh, it's gonna be a beautiful story. Oh my god, the spice. Oh my god, look at the signature from Nyla K. Larissa, you're my angel baby. You're my angel baby, not your baby. That's how you know I love a book, when I make a playlist for it. I made a playlist for them. That's how much I fucking love it. Anyway, dual POV, stepbrothers, opposites attract, okay? One of them is like on the football team and the other one is the mascot for said team, and he's like the artistic one. The other one's the popular one. It is so beautiful. Like I said, so spicy, but one of the most beautiful stories I've ever read. So please read For the Fans. Another one that I feel like needs to be talked about more. Needs to be more popular. Come on, guys, get on it. Get on it. For the Fans. It's me. Hi. I'm the fan, it's me. Anyway, that's all my 15 books. Let's count them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, I'm counting the cat and mouse duet as one, by the way, because you can't read one without the other, so I kind of counted it together. If I had to pick just one, it would be Hunting Adeline, the second one, but I counted it as one because it's a duet. There you go. 15 of my favorite reads. Here you go. Oh my god, I got it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That adds up. Anyway, Shutty Bays, that is all. Those are 15 of my favorite books this year. I hope you enjoyed. Please go read every single one of those. Let me know what you think. Let me know your favorite 15 books of the year or your favorite book of the year, whatever you want to let me know. And let me know any other videos you want to see. I love you, I love you, I love you. Come here so I can give you your kiss.